Hey everyone, I'm going to be going over this information during class too, but I wanted to make a video going over it as well, just because what we're doing today is something we haven't done before. And I know you might have a lot of questions about it. So I just want to make sure I have a recording where I answer those questions for you as well, in case you miss class for any reason. So, if you were present during class, then you would know that I am allowing you guys to do one retake today and tomorrow of a test that you did over the quarter. As you know, I normally don't allow retakes, but because I'm doing it, or the reason why I'm doing it today and tomorrow is just because we have grades due Tuesday night, and I just want to give you guys the opportunity to improve your grade a little bit if that was something you were concerned about before those grades are due. So this is kind of a special circumstance, not something I would normally do though. But to do your retake, there are a couple important steps you have to follow. First of all, on your distance learning calendar, the first thing I need you to do right away is this test retake form. Do this right away. It's just a short Google form, but I need to know which of those four tests you have decided to retake. That is really important because I'm going to be individually assigning these tests. Otherwise, you're going to be assigned all four, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So please do that form right away, first thing. After that, you're going to find the rest of your instructions for retaking your test here in this test retake instructions form. But taking you down that, number one is that form, which I already told you about. The next thing that you're going to do is pull up your test reflection of the test that you were retaking. And this is also the point where we get to what you're going to find in Schoology. I've reorganized Schoology a little bit for this. So if you go to your main page, you're going to go to the test retake materials folder. And this is where everything you need for today is going to be kept. As you can see, I have a different folder for every test. You only have to click on the one of the test that you're retaking. So let's say that you want to retake House Taken Over. You're going to click on that folder, and everything you need to retake that test is going to be right there. So one more time, if you're starting on your main Schoology page, go to your test retake materials folder and click on the folder of the test that you are retaking today. Everything you need is right there. But like I said earlier, the first thing you're going to do is look over your test reflection for this test. Whoops. And I just closed Schoology. I'm sorry. That test reflection will be in that test retake folder. There we go. So it's right here. This should already be done. However, if you did not get to your test reflection, I do also have the old version of the test posted up here as well. But either way, the first thing you're going to do is look over the questions that you missed. And I want you to record those things on these two boxes. So like you normally do, you're going to tell me which skills you struggled with. Was it comprehension, close reading, vocabulary, whatever it was? Tell me what those subjects were up here. Then I also want the specific question numbers of the questions that you missed on that test. So you're going to use your test reflection to do this, and or the old copy of the test, which is up here. When you click on that, by the way, you should be able to see which questions you missed, and you should also be able to read the questions again. However, I did not set it up where you can see the correct answer. You should not be able to see your correct answers, but everything else should be there for you. So please do that first on your test retake instruction form. Then scrolling down, step 3 is to go over those questions you missed with a little bit more detail. So at this point, you will have to open up that original test for sure. Again, that's right up here. You're going to open that up, read over those questions you got wrong, and review those to yourself. Start thinking about why you think you missed them. Then coming back, you're going to use your study guide to help you determine the correct answer to each of those questions. Now, I want you guys to use this retake study guide that I have posted down here. I've made one of these for every single test that you're going to be taking. It is very, very similar to the original study guide, but there is one very important difference, which I'll show you as I open this up. All right, so here is your study guide. The big difference is that I have listed each question on the test, and I've told you exactly where to look for the right answer for those questions. So every question should be accounted for. When you scroll through your study guide, you can find the resources that will specifically help you answer that question. In some cases, I might even help give you the answer to the question, particularly if you see explanation videos like this one. Those very well might have the answer to that question in there. So do your research, use the study guide as a resource, and that will help you figure out what the answer to that question should be. But that's what the biggest chunk of your time today should be spent doing, is that research piece. Otherwise, going back, when you have researched each question, you think you know how to answer it, at that point, you can retake your test on Schoology. And I have, let me go back to this page. In the folder, I have a selection test retake test at the bottom here. Okay, so there's a second copy of the test that has been reassigned to you. It is the same version of the test, but you do not have to redo every single question. Unfortunately, I don't have the means to just assign you the questions you missed. That would be hundreds of different versions of the test, and I can't do that. But what I want you guys to do is just answer the questions that you got wrong. So one more time, you don't have to answer the questions that you got correct, just the ones that you missed. That is your last step. You'll go in there, you will answer those questions you got incorrect and turn it into me. I will take care of doing the math, and I will get that score updated in Skyward. Otherwise, some common questions I've gotten today. You do have to redo a test no matter what. I don't have a single person throughout all of my classes who got 100% on every test. So I do want everybody to do this. That being said, if you're somebody who maybe you didn't get very many questions wrong on any of the tests, this just might not take you that long, and that's fine. On the other hand, if you need to spend a lot of time on this, that's okay too. You can spend up till the end of class on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, doing this. You take the time that you need for this activity. Otherwise, other questions I'm happy to answer by email. But again, I just wanted to make this video in case you did miss me going over this in person in class, because this is important information for you to have.